Last minute goals are one of the main reasons to keep football fans in front of the TV screens. No, we're not kidding, but think about it. As much as we all love the game, we've all had that urge to stop a game and not watch it all the way through. However, the possibility of a potential last minute goal to turn the game from a boring soap opera into a dramatic Hollywood movie always keeps us alert. And today, we'll look at the most memorable last minute goals on the biggest of occasions. But just a quick reminder before we start, if we caught your attention with this video, just watch it till the end. And if we're still interested, then you can subscribe to give us your support. It would be kindly appreciated.
Deeney! Do not scratch your eyes! You are really seeing the most extraordinary finish here!
Number 10. Deeney versus Leicester. Yes, that's a strong start, right? Even if you've never had anything to do with Watford, this goal certainly makes you have goosebumps when you see it over and over again. Troy Deeney's winner against Leicester City in the Championship playoff semi-final in May 2013 is indeed considered one of the most dramatic moments in history. With the aggregate score tied at 2-2 at Watford's Vicarage Road, Leicester was awarded a controversial penalty in stoppage time. Anthony Knockaert's attempt was saved by Watford's goalkeeper Manuel Almunia, who then saved the rebound as well. Watford quickly launched a counter-attack, leading to a cross from Fernando Forestieri, which was headed down by Jonathan Hogg to Deeney, who smashed it into the net with a powerful volley. What's even crazier is that between the penalty execution from Knockaert until the goal passed only 20 seconds. This iconic moment secured a 3-1 victory for Watford on the day and a 3-2 aggregate victory, making them qualify for the playoff final at Wembley.
Lionel Messi! Oh my goodness! Lionel Messi does it again, he's superhuman!
Number 9. Messi versus Real Madrid. Next up, we have a goal that truly describes one of the most underrated duos in the last generation. Jordi Alba and Leo Messi. Yes, the Argentinian superstar is known for his plays with Neymar and Suarez in Barcelona or with Di Maria in the national team, but the partnership with Alba will forever remain one of its kind. Messi's last minute goal against Real Madrid in 2017 was undoubtedly one of the most iconic combinations in El Clasico history. The match at the Santiago Bernabeu was crucial for the La Liga title race, with both teams tied on points. At the end of the game, the score was level at 2-2 and it looked like it would end in a draw. In the 92nd minute, Barcelona staged a quick counter-attack. Sergi Roberto burst in from his own half, passed to Andre Gomez, and then released to Jordi Alba. And then, Alba inside, it's Messi. Yes, this commentary definitely makes the goal 50 times better. In the penalty area, Messi was waiting for his chance, and with remarkable composure, Messi killed the ball perfectly past Keylor Navas, securing his second goal of the game and securing Barcelona's 3-2 victory.
And he scores! Of course he scores! The greatest player in the history of Real Madrid!
Number 8. Ronaldo versus Juventus. Many of you would probably argue that Messi's goal in 2017 deserves a more prominent position than that of his great rival Ronaldo a year later. After all, we do bear in mind that even with the iconic win at the Bernabeu that night, Barca failed to win the title. Ronaldo's goal from the penalty spot against Juventus in 2018, however, was crucial, as it was scored in time when Los Blancos desperately needed him, and he delivered yet again. Real Madrid had won the first leg of the quarterfinals 3-0, but Juventus staged a stunning comeback at the Santiago Bernabeu after goals from Matuidi and Mario Mandzukic. In the additional time of the second half, a controversial decision was made when Mehdi Benatia fouled Lucas Vazquez from behind in the penalty area, resulting in a penalty for Real Madrid. Amid loud protests from Juventus players and the dramatic sending off of goalkeeper Gianluigi Buffon, Ronaldo stood up to take the penalty. Under immense pressure, the Portuguese coolly executed the penalty kick, sending the ball into the top right corner and securing Real Madrid's 4-3 victory. This penalty was influential for the following Champions League victory, as Madrid won against Bayern Munich in the semis and then took the better of Liverpool at the final in the last ever match for Ronaldo in the team.
It's Torres to give Chelsea a place in the Champions League final!
Number 7. Fernando Torres versus Barcelona. Yes, a little while ago we talked about one of Barcelona's very memorable and great moments in history. But now it's time for their very nightmarish one, Fernando Torres' goal in 2012. Yes, that devastating goal was indeed heartbreaking, but more than that were the circumstances that led up to it. Chelsea won the first leg 1-0 at Stamford Bridge, but Barcelona took a 2-0 lead in the second leg and turned the result in their favour. Ramirez then scored the decisive goal for Chelsea just before the break, making the score 2-1 on the night, but 2-2 on aggregate, with Chelsea leading on away goals. While Barcelona relentlessly searched for the winning goal, and even missing a penalty after Messi shot the post, Chelsea defended strongly despite being down to 10 men after John Terry's red card in the first half. In injury time, a Barcelona attack broke down and Torres was alone in the Barcelona half. The Spaniard then sprinted towards goal, rounded goalkeeper Victor Valdez with a cheeky move and calmly slotted the ball into the empty net, securing a 3-2 aggregate win and sending Chelsea into the final. This goal was important for Torres not only for his legend status, but also for his reputation with the Blues after struggling to make an impression after his move from Liverpool. Number 6, Lucas Moura vs Ajax. First, before we move on, let's stop and appreciate for a while the greatness of the 2018-19 season in the Champions League, especially since UEFA are changing the format from next season onwards. Drama, controversy, comebacks, huge upsets, but surely one of the most memorable moments was Lucas Moura's hat-trick against Ajax, including his third goal, which was scored shortly before the final whistle. Tottenham Hotspur had lost the first leg 1-0 at home and were trailing 2-0 at half-time in the second leg in Amsterdam, making the aggregate score 3-0 in the favour of Ajax. In the second half, Lucas Moura sparked a remarkable comeback by scoring twice within 4 minutes, bringing Spurs back to 2-2 on the night and 3-2 on aggregate. As the match entered stoppage time, Spurs needed one more goal to advance. In the 96th minute, Dele Alli flicked the ball into the path of Lucas, who struck a left-footed shot into the bottom corner, completing his hat-trick and sending Tottenham through to their first ever Champions League final. Number 5, Iniesta vs Netherlands. The biggest goal in Spain's history. Yes, Andres Iniesta is arguably considered the greatest player for his country after bringing the much-awaited and coveted World Cup title to Spain's hands. Their golden generation was a pleasure to watch, but it would have meant nothing if they didn't win the biggest tournament in 2010. The match against the Netherlands at Soccer City in South Africa was a tense and fiercely contested affair, with both sides having chances to score, but ultimately unable to break the deadlock during regular time. In the 116th minute of additional time, with the score 0-0, Spain launched another attack. Cesc Fabregas took a ball just outside the penalty area and fed a pinpoint pass to Iniesta. He then controlled it and fired a right-footed shot past Dutch keeper Maarten Stekelenburg into the net. Iniesta's goal secured Spain's 1-0 victory and their first ever World Cup title. Of course, equally memorable were the passionate celebrations by Iniesta, who took off his jersey to display a message dedicated to his late friend Danny Jark, a fellow footballer who died a couple of weeks before the tournament. Number 4, Robben vs BVB. While we're on the same vibe with the 2010 World Cup final, well, Dutch player Arjen Robben also had pretty memorable moments, but mostly negative. In a situation in the second half, he could have sealed the deal for the Netherlands, but Iker Casillas came to the rescue with a fabulous save. However, 3 years later, Robben this time managed to add a massive trophy to his cabinet, scoring the winning goal for Bayern Munich in the 2013 Champions League final. After the score was tied at 1-1 after goals by Mario Mandzukic and Ilkay Gundogan, it looked like the game would go into extra time. In the 89th minute, however, Robben took what he lost in 2010 and scored arguably the greatest goal in his career. Frank Ribery sent the ball Robben's way, and the Dutch winger, showing his characteristic agility and composure, manoeuvred past the Dortmund defence. He then calmly slotted the ball past goalkeeper Roman Wiedenfeller to give Bayern Munich a 2-1 lead. This goal not only secured Bayern Munich's 5th Champions League title, but also their first ever European treble after they had previously won the Bundesliga title and the German Cup. Number 3, Drogba vs Bayern Munich. A year earlier, however, the Bavarians were a far cry from the emotions that rushed them against Borussia Dortmund at Wembley. In 2013, Bayern had everything on a plate to win the Champions League, having been brilliant throughout the tournament, including eliminating Real Madrid in the semis. In the end, the final was played at Bayern's home, the Allianz Arena, but they still failed to win. The main reason for this? Didier Drogba. Bayern Munich took the lead in the 83rd minute with a goal from Thomas Müller. As time went on, it looked like Bayern would secure the victory. In the 88th, however, Chelsea won a corner. Spanish maestro Juan Mata delivered a pinpoint cross, and Didier Drogba, rising majestically above the Bayern defence, headed the ball into the net, leaving no chance for Manuel Neuer and levelling the score at 1-1. But that wasn't the only stellar moment for Drogba. The striker subsequently scored the final penalty in the shootout, becoming arguably Chelsea's biggest legend and bringing home a first Champions League title for his team. Number 2. Aguero versus QPR. And then there were two. The other two goals are so legendary that if there was room for 2 gold medals in this ranking, they would definitely both be awarded appropriately. But still, we put Sergio Aguero's incredible goal in literally the last second against QPR in 2012 in the number 2 spot. The match, held at the Etihad Stadium, was the last of the 2011-12 season. Manchester City needed a win to secure their first title in 44 years, while City rivals Manchester United were also fighting for the trophy. The Citizens took an early lead, but QPR equalised and then even went ahead, making it 2-1. With time running out and United winning against Sunderland at the same time, City's title hopes looked to be scorched. In the 92nd minute of extra time, Edin Dzeko equalised with a header to give City a glimmer of a hope. Just a few minutes later, in the 94th, Mario Balotelli passed the ball to Aguero, who got away from his defender and struck a powerful near post shot, securing the 3-2 victory. The goal not only brought Manchester City the title, but also marked a turning point in the club's history, signalling its transformation into a dominant force in English football. And number 1, Sergi Roberto versus PSG. When we talk about last minute goals, this is exactly the moment that springs to mind for many. Barcelona's comeback against PSG was determined by many to be rigged after some decisions by referee Deniz Aytekin. Now, a little backstory. Barca had lost the first leg 4-0 in Paris, making their chances of reaching the quarterfinals almost impossible. So in the return leg, they needed at least 4 goals to force extra time or 5 to win outright. Very memorable was also the confidence from coach Luis Enrique, who said, if they can score 4, we can score 6. And this is exactly what happened. Well, Barca had a very strong start, scoring 3 inside 55 minutes after goals from Suarez, Messi and an own goal from Livin Kurzawa. However, Edinson Cavani's volley for PSG seemed to seal Barcelona's fate, as the Catalans now needed 3 more in just 30 minutes. The time was passing and passing, but Barca just couldn't score. With time already nearing the 90th minute, Neymar came onto the scene with an astonishing free kick. He then scored a penalty as well, and Barca now needed 1 more goal to complete the biggest ever comeback in Champions League history. In the final moments of stoppage time, Neymar delivered a precise cross into the box, and Sergi Roberto, surging forward, connected with it to score the decisive goal, making it 6-1. Apart from the great turnaround though, this moment was arguably one that convinced Neymar that he should leave Barcelona, chasing glory at another club, because even though he was the man who inspired Barca's turnaround, there was a picture of Messi rejoicing with fans everywhere on social media. And well, just a few weeks later, Neymar moved away. And with that being said, we've come to the end. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to check the other uploads on the Blue Card channel. Now, as always, stay awesome and catch you in the next one.